Watch this.
The two darkest manipulation technique to make someone obsessed with you.
To manipulate anyone in 30 seconds. The tactic you'll be using here is called the Venetian method. Start by pretending to be people's friend and find out what they want or what their weakness is and
6 manipulative hacks that 95% of people learn too late. 1. Confusing people is always the best strategy. If someone insults you, pause for a second and look at them and say, "Are you someone to be obsessed with you?" Act like you are very interested in them. Ask a lot of personal questions and spend quality time with them. Make them feel amazing. Once they are used to this attempt, triangulation manipulation is like a sneaky trick that manipulative people use to control others. They create a triangle between themselves, the person they're messing with. That's you.
Manipulation techniques from TikTok. Short, simple, powerful. The more you watch them, the more it feels like you are learning something dangerous. Like you are starting to understand people, how to influence them, how to control conversations, how to get what you want. I know that feeling because there was a time when I fell for it, and it took me a while to realize I wasn't learning manipulation, I was learning an illusion. And the scary part is this illusion works perfectly until you try it in real life. I remember the first time when I actually tried one of these techniques. It looked simple. Say the right words, use the right tone, create pressure, and that's it. So I went in confidently. I thought I understood the game. But the moment I tried it, everything broke. The reaction was off. The timing felt wrong. The person didn't respond the way I expected. And suddenly, I realized something I didn't want to admit. I had no idea what I was doing. That was the moment when I started paying attention, not to the technique, but to people. Also started learning from the real experts. Because here's the truth no one tells you. Manipulation is not about what you say, it's about what is already happening inside the other person. And once you understand that, these simple tricks start to look different, or you can say fake. Therefore, if you want to understand real life manipulation like the elites, then you have to start from these three layers. Layer number one, biology. At the most basic level, humans are driven by survival, not logic. Every decision runs through invisible filters. Is this safe? Is this risky? Do I gain something? Do I lose something? Fear speeds up decisions, desire distorts them, and reward keeps people hooked. Because you are not talking to a person, you are talking to a nervous system, and that nervous system doesn't care about your technique. If you can understand the basics of what motivates people, then you can control them. Layer number two, emotions. This is where things get dangerous. The fear of rejection, desire for validation, need to belong, fear of missing out. You have seen this before. Someone ignores you, and suddenly you want their attention more than ever. Nothing logical changed, but emotionally, everything did. And this is where the most manipulation actually works. But it's still not the deepest layer. Layer number three, identity. The real control center is your identity. Who you believe you are controls what you accept and what you reject. If something aligns with your identity, you accept it easily. If it threatens your identity, you resist it instantly. For example, you are standing in front of two gyms. One says, "Gym for the beasts." The other says, "Gym of wise people." Now, it all depends on your identity. If you identify as a beast, you will go to the first one. But if you identify as an intelligent person, you will pick the second. Even both would defend themselves. The beast will say, "The second gym is for nerds." The other person will say, "The first one is for people with no brains." That was just an example. But there is so much that can be done using it. Because people don't defend the truth, they defend who they think they are. That's why you can show someone facts and they still won't change their mind. Not because they are stupid, because accepting it would mean changing themselves. Now, imagine trying to manipulate someone without understanding any of this, because it doesn't stop there. Now add past experiences, childhood conditioning, culture, religion, social status, environment. Every person you talk to is shaped by thousands of invisible influence. You are not dealing with a person, you are dealing with a pattern. And this is exactly why TikTok manipulation feels so powerful and so fake at the same time. In those videos, everything is controlled. Perfect timing, perfect reactions, perfect outcomes. But in real life, people are distracted, emotional, unpredictable. And this leads to a mistake almost everyone makes. They think if it didn't work, I did it wrong. But that's not always true. Sometimes technique fails because the situation doesn't match. You can say the right thing to the wrong person at the wrong time and it becomes meaningless. And this is where real manipulation starts to look very different because it's not about controlling people. It's about understanding their conditions. You don't manipulate people. You manipulate environments because the environment changes how someone feels, how pressured they are, how open they are, how they interrupt your words. Same sentence, different situations, completely different results. And this is why experience matters more than knowledge because real skills comes from observation, watching how people react, not just what they say, but how they say it. Tone shift, hesitation, micro expressions, behavior patterns. People reveal themselves in fragments. You just have to notice. And here's the uncomfortable reality. Most attempts will fail, not because manipulation is fake, but because humans are complex. And once you truly understand this, something changes. You stop trying to control every interaction and start reading it. You become more aware, more patient, more precise. While everyone else is repeating lines they memorized, you are adjusting in real time. That's the difference between surface level manipulation and real understanding. TikTok teaches you what to say, reality teaches you when to say and why it works. And once you see that difference, you cannot unsee it. You stop chasing control and start understanding behavior because one makes you feel powerful and other actually is. That's all for today. Now, if you want me to teach you how real manipulation in real life scenarios works, comment real manipulation and I will make a dedicated video on it.